Hello everyone, so today I am going to be going to see my bike mechanic, Martin of MG Cycles. He's really good. I have a slight issue with my cassette. Also I'm going to get his top tips on maintaining your bike between services. Best way to clean it, what to do, what not to do. If you're an existing subscriber, viewer, thank you. Please comment. If you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the content, more importantly, please like, comment and subscribe. We better get going, although it is tempting just to chill today. But it is a lovely day. So off we go. This is Martin of MG Cycles.
Hello Ben.
And I'm going to get you to explain what you're doing on the cassette, because I can't technically explain it, and your top tips for maintenance between services, the do's and don'ts. You up for that? I haven't told you this, so...
I know, I'm surprised. Sorry. No wobbly anymore?
No. So that was the problem, it was wobbling.
That was the problem, yeah.
And what was it you replaced, Martin?
Just the retaining spacer, which is on the back of the cassette. If it comes to the oil, then unfortunately there's a tiny layer of glue.
Okay.
And it's not gonna stay there.
Right, cool.
That's why you can't glue it back. So that's why.
And a few top tips for bike maintenance.
Keep your drivetrain clean.
With water or
no. Like many mechanics have different opinions. My is like don't use any water at all.
Okay.
I use Makov.
Yeah.
Water is basically, even for your home maintenance, is Makov. Any degreaser for cleaning your drivetrain. Not even sponge, if I can recommend that.
Okay.
Like any old t-shirts, any rags, it's fine.
Right.
Microfiber cloths, which are great because you can wash them again. Sandpaper you can buy. If you got this brake bike, it's great stuff because you have to clean your brake pads if they're dirty.
Right. Okay.
So you don't apply this brake cleaner on that. But I don't do that.
Yeah.
So grade like 80, which you can buy 10 of them in a tool shop.
Yeah.
And hardware shop. With Makov you can clean on the pistons when you remove the pads, or frame, wheels, tires.
So you don't need an excess of water, basically.
No,
it's not.
Because water. People. This is my opinion. People
This
is wrong because people watch all these channels and especially are like very excited when they see any pro teams who clean their bikes. Yeah, of course they have to clean, let's say 10 bikes every single day.
Yeah.
Especially to the France, Italia, water, etc. They can't spend 3 hours or 2 hours cleaning every bike. They must get it done like in a very quick way.
They've also got all the parts so they can just replace,
they got
right?
trucks full of components, which you don't have. So if you got budget, they have. No problem, do what you want. But if you want to keep your wallet like fine for a long time, so bike, then I had a lot of customers who were washing bikes, and bikes came very clean for service, and I knew what happened. And the last time I had, that was kind of extreme. When I pulled the bottom bracket out of the scan screw, it was a Honda bike. Water was dripping down.
Was still sat in there?
Floor, like for good 10 seconds.
Wow.
And I didn't record it. And water was building mold inside in the frame. So that's not great. So all the bearings, headset, bottom bracket, front hub, there are 2 bearings, rear hub, there are 4 bearings, pedals. Your little tiny adjusting limit screws on the front derailleur, they can get seized up. I had to replace on one bike screws on the stem. So I just touched it and tried to tighten it and it snapped. Aluminium balls, steel ball, doesn't matter. They will at one point they'll get corroded.
There's going to be, because water gets everywhere basically, doesn't it?
It's not ideal for me. I would not. If you have obviously gravel bike, mountain bike, no problem. Very dirty. But you got the road bike. You're running for a long time in quiet mode. And
how often, like in terms of servicing, would you recommend like a full service once a year, Or do you think people, obviously it depends on how much people are riding the bike, but
Yes.
what would you kind of, is it worth stripping it all down once a year just so you can be thorough? And
It's as you said, it's depends on how many miles. I got customers they do over 20,000 k a year,
right,
and I have to do like every 3-4 months. They race every weekend. But our customers they ride like on 3,000 k a year. So if you do this sort of stuff, then yeah, once a year is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But then of course, keep your bike maintenance, and then if you can run it at home, no problem.
If it was mine, for instance, once a year, it's going to take a bit longer to,
And if I know customers coming back to me, I know what I've done. My rule is like to bleed the brakes once a year. I'm good, like, okay, you're going away, you're going to France, or you're going whatever on the sportive. I'd rather just do it. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
And you'll be safe.
Yeah, makes sense.
And you've got perfect brake, because without brakes you can stop your bike.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's sort of my way of doing it. If I ride a lot, at least like half an hour. Give it a wipe off. In a drivetrain, I don't have a DI2, I got mechanical. So at least give a good clean of your drivetrain. Don't leave it like very dirty. Especially on this brake bike. This brake bike, when it goes very dirty, you knew that happened, you rode in the rain.
Yeah.
Then your rotor and your pads can get contaminated, and then the reason why I got squeaky noise.
Loads of noise, yeah.
Those pads are like sponge. They just take. Can't clean that at one point. Have to replace them. Also, they make sure the rotors are in good condition. They wear out. Same as the rim. Like on a rim brake bike.
If you're cycling, like, and you haven't gone to a mechanic, and you're just, how would you know in terms of the thickness? How would you know it was wearing down? Is it the handle?
Well, first kind of sign is that okay, my brakes were not like this before. So either way, your brakes were not bled correctly, or some bubble travel from the system in the reservoir, which is in the lever, or an indication is okay, I got the bike for 3-4 months and I rode a lot. I used to brake a lot. That means, and the lever is going very close to handlebars, maybe even this closer. That means okay.
Does that mean I need?
I'm squeezing like purpose. They're squeezing more.
Right. Okay.
This is fine. But and this is the indication that okay, I have to check my brake pads.
If
they are worn out or not.
Right. Okay.
And then check the rotors. And if that doesn't help, bleed the brake.
And also, one last quick one. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at getting a bottom bracket, and I'm thinking Hambini or ceramic speed. You don't need to give me detail, but which one would you go for? Hambini. Cool. Martin, thanks a lot, mate.
No problem.
I'll see you soon, man.
Take care.
I'm sat down now in Richmond Park with a coffee, as I've shown you before. The important things. So popped in to see Martin, got the cassette sorted. He gave you a few top tips. The number one being, don't get too much water on the bike, or basically no water on the bike. I think that's quite hard, right? But ever since he first serviced my bike, I've kind of lived by that. So every couple of rides, I'll give the bike a little wipe over, no water, just get the dust off the dirt. You don't need to do much. And I'd probably do it every 3 rides, bit of GT85 on some cloth, run the chain through it, sprockets, cassette, then give the bike a wipe over. Sometimes I'll take the wheels off and give them a hose down, and that's just the tyres basically. But when he first serviced my bike, he showed me in the handlebars and showed me inside the mechanism. And the parts that he was taking out, like the washers and the bearings, things like that, were like covered in rust. And that was basically where I was putting too much water on it. Always trying to keep it really clean and not excessive, not like, you know, spraying water directly into all the components. It was like from afar. So yeah, I've learnt my lesson. Again, it's a matter of opinion. I know some people just hose their bikes down and don't care, and it's fine, but yeah, that's his opinion, and it's worked for me. I've ended up in Richmond Park with a nice coffee, cherry almond slice. As you know, it's a favourite of mine. You can't really go wrong. It's a lovely day. I did get one for my girlfriend as well, because I know she's a fan and they are good. I woke up this morning and it was a bit tough getting out. Mentally, I didn't really want to go out. Not sure why. Yeah, I found it tough, and then I just thought, well, I've got to go and see Martin anyway, so I had to get out on the bike. I had to get on the bike anyway, take it out. And then about halfway to his, I just felt better. I felt just much better mentally. Got to his, had a chat, did the cassette, went through Bushy Park, into Richmond Park. I've done a couple of laps. I feel even better. So I think I've set those endorphins off. If you ever suffer like that, where you don't really want to go out, comment. Because it's important to let people know that that's normal. I don't want to gloss everything over. I don't always necessarily feel like doing a vlog on here, but I always do it. And every time I get out on the bike, I always feel better. I'm not saying you have to go, but I think sometimes when you just get the legs moving, go for a walk or just get out, it just makes you feel brand new. And I do think that it's good to just get it out of the system. Always tell someone. There's always someone you can talk to. And talking just relieves some of that pressure sometimes. So even if I've helped one of you today, then it's done something, right? Look at this quote, look at this. He wants that, but he's not getting it because it's mine. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed Martin's tips. I'm gonna go for a little spin. Please feel free to comment. Always welcome, and I'm gonna enjoy the important things. In a bit, guys. That's me done for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please like, please comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Guys, all the best. I'll see you on the next episode.